Mabuhay! Welcome to another edition of Shot and Learn. In this video, we're going to talk about first-person command, meaning to say, the person who is talking is also commanding his or herself. So, maaaring nagtataka kayo, paano nga ba natin pwedeng utusan yung sarili natin? Or, maaari namang ginagawa nyo na ito, pero hindi nyo alam na inuutusan nyo rin pala yung sarili ninyo. So, nagtanong-tanong ako sa mga estudyante ng Espanyol kung paano ba nila ginagawa ang pag-uutos nila sa kanilang sarili gamit ang wikang English or wikang Tagalog. At marahil 5 sa 10 sumagot sa akin, ang paraan ng pag-uutos nila ay katulad ng halimbawa, uy, bumangon ka na. Tapos tinatanong ko sila, ano naman sagot ng sarili mo? Sabihin daw ng sarili nila, mamaya tinatamad pa ako 5 minutes. So, kidding aside, normally, talaga namang kinakausap natin minsan ng sarili natin. Pero hindi yun yung paraan kung paano natin inuutusan ang sarili natin. Kasi medyo delikado yung ganung pamamaraan. Baka mamaya isipin na merong maluwag na tornilyo na tayo, diba? Pero if pag-uusapan natin ang command, so nagagawa naman talaga nating utusan ang sarili natin. At iyan ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon dito sa video ito. Pero una, i-define muna natin what is command. So commands are used when ordering or telling someone to do something. This often referred as imperative form of the verb, and nosotros command are used when the speaker is included and are used to express the idea, let's, and the verb. Now let's have some examples. Let's buy the book. So you're commanding and you're also including yourself to buy the book. Let's drink the beer. You're commanding and including yourself to drink a beer. And let's eat the food. You are commanding to eat the food to include yourself. And also, let's take the medicine. You are commanding at the same time you are including yourself. Now, for us to be able to translate a command in Espanol, let's take a look how the verb can be conjugated for affirmative command. So for these verbs, we are using hemos for AR, amos for ER, and IR. So this is actually the same as the nosotros form of the present subjunctive. Now let's take a look at some examples of doing a command in Espanol. So for example, let's buy the ring. Compremos el anillo from the verb comprar, ending in AR. Let's write the homework. Escribamos la tarea from the word or verb escribir, which is to write. And this is from the IR category of the verb. And for ER, we have comamos la patata, which means let's eat the potato, from the verb comer, which ends in ER. And for negative command, we have actually the same endings or conjugation for nosotros command form of the verb, which we use the present subjunctive of the nosotros form. So meaning to say, they have the same conjugation for affirmative and negative. Now let's look at some examples for the negative command in nosotros. So let's not buy the ring. Negative command. No compremos el anillo. Let's not write the homework. No escribamos la tarea. Let's not eat the potato. No comamos la patata. So if you can see, we just simply add the negative word no before the conjugated form of command for nosotros. Another way of translating a nosotros command for affirmative form is with the use of the verb ir, which means to go. So we can actually use the present conjugation of ir, which means to go, in order for us to make an affirmative nosotros command. So with this one, the formula will be ir, a, plus the infinitive verb. Now let's look at the examples again, but this time using this formula, ir, a, plus infinitive. So let's buy the ring, vamos a comprar el anillo. Vamos a escribir la tarea, let's write the homework. And vamos a comer la patata, let's eat the potato. So if you can see, the ir verb is conjugated in presente, which is vamos, and then a, plus the infinitive verb of your command. We can also use the same formula, ir, a, plus the infinitive verb for the negative nosotros command. But this time, we use the present subjunctive for the nosotros for the negative command. So using the same formula, ir, a, but ir will be conjugated in present subjunctive and of course the negative word before the conjugated verb. So no, ir, a, plus infinitive will be our formula. Now, let's have some of the examples. So, no vayamos a comprar el anillo, let's not buy the ring. No vayamos a escribir la tarea, let's not write the homework. And no vayamos a comer la patata, let's not eat the potato. So this time, ir is conjugated in present subjunctive, which is vayamos. Now, let's see how we use them with pronouns. So, if you're going to use command with the reflexive pronoun nos and indirect object pronoun se, we have to drop the final s of the verb form before adding those pronouns. For example, using the reflexive verb sentarse, so let's sit down, will be sentemos for the conjugation of sentar, and you have your reflexive pronoun nos, and before attaching your reflexive pronoun, you have to drop the final s from sentemos, and then it will now become sentémonos. That means, let's sit down. So, notice that there is an acento added to la letra E so that it will have an acento or accent when you pronounce them for emphasis. Another example is with the use of indirect and direct object pronoun. So, for example, let's write it to them using the verb escribir. So, it will be conjugated as escribamos plus se and la, which is your indirect and direct object pronoun. So, if you don't have any idea with the direct or indirect object pronoun, you may watch the other video for you to be able to understand this better. And for those who were able to understand them previously or watch the video previously, now you can be able to understand it, why it became sila. Now, before adding se and la, you have to drop the final s from escribamos. Also take note of the acento added in la letra A. Now, take note that that is for affirmative. Now, with the use of negative commands with pronouns, for ejemplo, let's not sit down, we have no nos sentemos. As you could notice in the Spanish translation, we put the negative word no and then the reflexive pronoun nos before the conjugated form of the command in nosotros. And with the example of using indirect and direct object pronoun with command, so we have let's not write it to them, no se la escribamos. So we put also the negative word no, and then we detach the indirect object and the direct object pronoun and place them before the conjugated form of the command in nosotros. Okay, so I hope this video is helpful to you in studying Spanish language, and I hope that you learned something new today. And as usual, always remember, you will not achieve anything if you don't give it a shot. Adios! Salud!